Welcome back, everybody, to the Rockies franchise on MLB The Show 21. We're here in Season 4 with the Rockies at 14-14, just a month into the season. We have some players on this team who are out to fantastic starts. David Geronimo is building upon his Rookie of the Year campaign from last season. Ty France has been a great surprise. But Rafael Devers hasn't quite had the impact we expected, especially after a phenomenal spring training. We start the episode here. Rockies going into a matchup against the Padres, this trying to avoid a sweep after a couple lackluster games in San Diego. It appears that no matter what we do to the offense, there always seems to be something that isn't quite clicking, and it's hard to imagine this offense being anywhere near where they need to be in this NL West unless we get Rafael Devers playing at a high level. He was last year's American League MVP, and he looked primed for a major season in Colorado after what we saw in spring training. Here, Padres up 4-0 as Devers gets a hold of one, driven out to right field, and he will get Colorado on the scoreboard with his 5th home run of the season. A month into the year, I'm a bit surprised he isn't leading the team in home runs. We know the power is there, but we're just patiently waiting for Devers to become the best player in this offense. Unfortunately, here are the Rockies on the verge of a sweep as Devers drives one into the right center gap. He drove in Colorado's only run earlier, and on this 2-out double, the Rockies get their 2nd run. Now, the offense not being where we want it to be is not just an issue of Devers not playing up to expectation. It's a team-wide problem. Devers not the problem in this game. David Geronimo gets a base hit as Colorado hopes to extend the 2-out damage. 1-2 to Trey Turner, and he strikes out to complete the Padres sweep. And the Rockies fall 3 games under 500. We've got to play better against our division opponents. They have good pitching, and we have to figure out this offense. I don't quite know why the issues have continued, but check out the scores here to begin May. We're just not putting up many runs. We have some high average hitters now. Trey Turner's doing a good job. Like, when we look at some of the team stats, it just feels like it doesn't add up to 1 run here, 2 runs there. Now, I wanted to take a look at the pitching here. Austin Gomber shined in the spring, and he hasn't had the season I was hoping for. He's had some rough starts. And with John Gray dominant to start his season at AAA, I thought it was time to bring him back up, send Austin Gomber down, and see if we can get an upgrade here, as the pitching staff has had a very inconsistent start. We've seen that from German Marquez. Andrew Heaney's had some bad starts. The inconsistency is keeping us hovering around 500, and we'll see if the veteran John Gray can help figure some things out, although I wasn't counting on him being a starter this year. I thought maybe he'd come out of the bullpen, give us a few innings at a time in long relief. Here we're up against the LA Angels, and David Fletcher will fly out to right field. And 2 batters later, we have the superstar Mike Trout with 11 home runs to start the season. 2-2 facing Gray. It's down the line, and that is a fair ball into the corner. Trout to second. And there's the arm on display from David Geronimo. Not very strong. Trout in scoring position for Jared Walsh, and John Gray is able to get ahead. But he's not a dominant strikeout pitcher, and especially against good hitters, he just struggles to put them away most of the time. But he eventually gets the ground ball from Walsh and wins the battle, putting a 0 on the board to start the day. The Angels have tried to make some big moves in recent years, trying to have a winner while they have Mike Trout. They brought over Tyler Glasnow, who hasn't played great for them this season. And here is Brandon Nimmo kicking things off by drawing the walk. That one a mile inside. I really felt like Brandon Nimmo and Brian Reynolds together would change the offense, and they're playing well, but we're still having some struggles. 2-2 to Reynolds. Driven deep down the line and right. If it's fair, it's gone, and that is a 2-run homer for Brian Reynolds. Number 6 on the season at 455 feet. I've been so impressed with Reynolds ever since we traded for him. I really wasn't expecting a ton of power, but he's been fantastic in Colorado. 2-0 Rockies. Now Devers gets a hold of one. Deep right center. This one's way out of here. You don't normally expect a souvenir in that section, but Devers sends this one 482 feet. Might be the longest home run we've had this season. One of the longest of the series. No doubt there. Devers goes deep once again. Gotta love seeing this, and hopefully that starts to really turn around his season. 3-0, and only getting worse for Tyler Glasnow. 2 home runs allowed, 2 walks. I'm not even sure he's worried about the base runner here, but Turner's going to steal second, getting in scoring position with 1 down for Ty France. Another drive. This one to deep left field. Ty France with the Rockies' 3rd homer of the 1st inning. How about this for a start? Number 9 for Ty France. Just recently, we had that episode where David Geronimo had the 1st inning grand slam. But then we obviously allowed a 1st inning grand slam and went on to lose. I'm hoping today we can protect the 5-0 lead. Grounder to Devers. Nice flip over to second and enough time to turn 2. We go bottom 2. Tyler Glasnow still in the game, but Brandon Nimmo trying to take him out. Number 4 for the Rockies. A solo shot that twists around the foul pole. 4th on the season for Brandon Nimmo. This is what the offense is supposed to be doing a little more often. And maybe not 4 home runs in the first 2 innings, but to just show this kind of explosiveness. There's a strikeout looking in the 3rd for John Gray, and then Fletcher with the drive, sending Geronimo back, and it's over his glove. And Fletcher's in with the Angels' 2nd 2-out double. This throw offline from Geronimo. RBI chance for Anthony Rendon. France chasing this toward the seats. It's out of reach. Chasing the changeup. John Gray picks up the strikeout of Rendon. All Rockies here early on. Patrick Sandoval is in to replace Tyler Glasnow. Trying to slow down the offense. France flies out to left. Here's the rookie, Johnny Schaefer. He crushes it to left field. This is back, and once again, the Rockies have a homer. Number 3 on the season for Johnny Schaefer, the first I've actually recorded here. And Schaefer shows off his dominant power against lefties. 7-0. To the 4th we go. Jared Walsh line drive center field, taken away by Brian Reynolds. Nothing going LA's way. 0-2 to Jock Peterson. He's out in front, right to second base. 7-0 as we go bottom 4. It's Brian Reynolds again. And how about that check swing? That's the only reason I even kept this at bat here. That's the only check swing I think I've gotten in the show. Everything working our way in today's game. And with 2 down, Devers facing Sandoval. He hits it right back up the middle, into the shift, and the ball sails a good 3 feet over Walsh's head into the dugout. And Devers will take second base to continue the inning. That gives a chance to David Geronimo. Line drive center field, and Devers is waved around. Throw coming in from Mike Trout. It's offline, and Devers scores to make it 8-0 Rockies. We'll take this game into the 5th, where John Gray continues a fantastic start. 2-2 to Brandon Marsh. He picks up another strikeout with a knee-high changeup. There's a great breaking ball, and you might have noticed there a little hitch in the video. I have a new capture card, and now this one is also giving me some issues. Not quite the same issues as my last capture card. I don't know what's happening here. But Jon Gray picks up another strikeout. 5 brilliant innings. He's usually good for 5 solid innings. I felt like in this game he could go 6. Johnny Schaefer has crushed lefties this year. Not so much righties. I guess that's a good thing Patrick Sandoval's a lefty, as Johnny Schaefer delivers his 2nd homer of the day. First multi-homer game in his major league career. And the home run derby for Colorado continues. By the way, with this new capture card, I'm actually able to play at 4K 60 frames while recording in like 1080-30 here for the videos. It's a lot of fun hitting with 60 frames and being able to just have that added smoothness. In the 6th inning, another strikeout looking for Jon Gray. Pitch count in a great spot. Looking for the quality start. He's just got to get Anthony Rendon out. Nice breaking ball. He had great command of his curve throughout this start. Fouled off the fastball. And a 3-2 to Rendon. Ground ball to Devers. And that is 6 shutout innings for Jon Gray in his first start of the season. It comes at a great time when the Rockies had just had a stretch of losing. It was like 7 or 8 in a row. We go bottom 6 and another drive to right center field. Brandon Nimmo's 2nd home run. And it's 10-0 Colorado. If you hadn't noticed, the Rockies have scored in every inning to this point. In the 7th inning, it's time for Touki Toussaint to pitch with this 10-run lead. Mike Trout, left center, hit well. Reynolds to the track. He's got enough room. Overall, Touki Toussaint has continued to struggle this season, and we could be reaching the end of his time with Colorado. I've tried to find a good role for him here in the bullpen, and occasionally you do see great strikeouts like that one of Jared Walsh. I'll continue this in the 8th inning, but here in the 7th, the Rockies are trying to keep their streak going. And they will! It's Ty France to left field, and he also has a multi-home run game. 8 home runs for the Rockies. 3 players go deep twice. I've never had a game like this. Johnny Schaefer center field. Remember, he doesn't hit righties very well. And that's really the only reason he struggled this year. He just hasn't faced enough lefties. Top 8, another good strikeout for Toussaint, going to that slider. And why not do it again to strike out Nottingham? There are stretches where Toussaint looks dominant, but he just doesn't play with enough consistency, and he doesn't have the ability to go very deep into games. The Angels do get on the scoreboard here with this extra base hit from Franklin Barreto. With 2 down, Fletcher, tough play at short, Turner jump throw, and it is in time. Just the 1 allowed here as we go bottom 8. Can we score in every inning we hit? Brandon Nimmo driven to right, and this one is caught. 2 batters later, we got Rafael Devers. 3-0. Geronimo awaiting on deck. Big cut from Devers. He just can't connect. This count goes 3-2, and Devers drives it into the shift, and the streak is over. But 7 straight innings with a run for Colorado, and an 11-run 9th inning lead for Toussaint. Curveball misses low against Anthony Rendon, and then the sinker way inside. Toussaint has continued to struggle, allowing walks. Mike Trout, base hit right field, and I just missed. I'm good for one of these weird defensive issues a game, but this time I do it with an 11-run lead, so at least there's some room for error as the Angels tack on a run. Then Jared Walsh, high fly left field, sending Geronimo back. And Trout can tag up and basically walk home. LA gets their 3rd run of the game. Jock Peterson up next. And Toussaint with a 2-strike count, trying to put him away. But this turns into a very long at-bat. Peterson fouling everything off. Another 2-2 pitch, and this one's clobbered to deep right field. And it's fitting. A long at-bat and a long wait to see this one get out of here. 200 in the career of Jock Peterson. And I think that is going to be it for Touki Toussaint in Colorado. It just unfortunately has not worked. We've spent 3 seasons trying to make it work. It's probably time for a new team for him. Dallas Keuchel gets into the game to close it out, and the Rockies win by 8, which is as many home runs as we hit today. That's got to be the most I've had in any game in this series, and maybe the Twins franchise as well. That's just a personal record right there. What a game. Second win in a row, by the way, for Colorado, and hopefully we can start to take some of these series, play some better offense on a more consistent basis, and have this team looking like a true playoff contender, like we expected back at the beginning of the season. You, of course, don't expect this many home runs all that often, but there's no reason why this can't be one of the better home run hitting teams in the league. John Gray comes up, by the way, 6 innings, 2 hits, just 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. One of our best starts of the entire year. Now, to play out the rest of this month, we do have to go on the road and play well, and that does concern me. Teams do obviously play better at home. We're 16-19 now. Ty France leads the team with 10 home runs. Geronimo behind him with 8, and hopefully Devers can keep up with the home runs we had today. But we are going to be trading Touki Toussaint. I'll be doing that in the next episode, and maybe we'll be able to play some games with the player we get in return, and I think that's going to be Xavier Edwards. I did use the trade finder to see what other teams would offer, but Edwards is the best player I believe we can get. I know we've had some struggles with these kind of all-around skill players that don't have anything that really stands out. Hasn't really panned out for Hampson or Rogers, but I think you just have to be more patient with those players and wait for the hitting ratings to really be in a place to thrive at the big league level. That'll be coming next episode, and I'm hoping to do a lot more of the Rockies coming up. I have only been putting out a couple episodes a week, and that's not what I want. Episodes may be a little shorter, like this one here, but I really want to get this series up more so we can make some true progress. Hope you enjoyed the video today. There is more on the way. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Have a great day, everybody.